I just wanted to do this little quick look on my living room tank. You can see the gold torches. Actually, these gold torches right here came from my bedroom tank a while back ago, probably a couple weeks after I had this whole structure put into this new tank display. You can see Duncans are doing good, Recordia is doing well. You can see Frog Spawn is doing really good, keeps on growing and branching out. Sexy Orange Passion that came from the bedroom tank is encrusting, branching out, doing very well. I got a frag from Top Shelf Aquatics delivered to me. It's a Cherry Bomb right there. That's already encrusting even more. It was just encrusting a bit over that glue that they had it stuck onto that frag plug, and now it's encrusted over the glue and hopefully starting to encrust on the frag plug itself and keep on going. That no name right there is doing well, and there's a fireworks echo right there in the back that's getting covered up in mushrooms. Got to peel those mushrooms back before it gets swallowed up. Worldwide Coral Yellow Tip is doing good right there also, and I fragged out a Jason Fox Flame or Fox what is it, Flame Tip, whatever it's called, I keep forgetting, from my bedroom tank, and pasted them on the rockwork right there, and hopefully it encrusts and grows out. And there is another coral right there that I've had for a long time that actually came out from my office tank that I placed in here. It's supposedly a strawberry shortcake of some sort, but you know, I'm starting to see more of its colors, but not as much. And you can say Duncan there is doing well, Chalices are doing great. All these other corals are doing good around, and Blastos are doing great. So you can see those guys are doing good, doing great. Brought this guy from my office tank in here. He's actually recovering pretty nicely. He was like on the verge of death, and he's actually making a slow return. Diatom bloom on the sand bed, as you can see there, is coming from the sunlight. If you look over there into the other tank, you don't really see a diatom bloom there because it doesn't receive that much sunlight on the right side. This one gets swamped with sunlight, and it is what it is. Frog spawns are doing great on this side too, branching out, growing like crazy. You can see there's whatchamacallit, Chalice, what is it, Haunted House, whatever. It's Halloween time, you know, what is it, yeah, so that Galaxia Coral right there is doing great. You can see the yellow on there, and corals are doing fine. Fish are doing great. Fish are very healthy, as you can see. Healthy guys, they're all doing great. Softies, this is basically SPS, LPS. It's just a nice, good mixed tank. Other than that, the tank display is doing really good. It's been doing awesome. And when I do the tank cleaning and clean up some of the glass, there's a little bit of a white film on there, or a little bit of an algae film. But when I do rake the sand bed, it's all nice and clean and pristine. But you know, I'm just gonna show it to you guys how it is when I come back home from work. And right now I'm gonna stick the magnet cleaner in there, give it a wipe down. And then tomorrow when I actually do a little bit of a water change, because I'm gonna do a water change for myself. Arlene's not feeling too well, and I'm gonna be going to her house to do a water change for her also. With some of the water that we use, which we use Tropic Marin, and great salt to mix with. And just remember, if you're mixing salt, get that good RO water going. You know, it's just not preferred to get water from the store, or if you're buying water from the store, I urge you guys to stop and start thinking about some sort of an RO purifier unit. You know, it's just be able to install one under the sink, under the bathroom, anywhere and stuff. But an RO unit is best when it comes to actually mixing your own salt, when it comes to doing water changes for your reef system. It'll benefit you not only in the then and now, but in the long run also. All right, well, just letting you guys know also, still rocking the AP700s in here. Not gonna get any new lighting. The office tank itself has the XP, what is it, Kesso AP9X. So those, I actually switched out the Kesso AP700 that I have in there. It's actually in the closet now. I'm gonna use that as a backup for this tank in case I need it. But you know, the only reason why I switched that out is because the other one burned out, and it kind of looked like you can kind of see a little bit of a mismatch. So I ended up getting the AP9X for the other side also. So that was the upgrade for the office tank. For this tank here, everything is basically the same. I'll give you guys a quick look in the sump area here. See, nothing really new. Protein skimmer working. You can see all this sponge growing down in the sump area. Bubble Magus dosing unit. You can say a simple Core Life, or what is it? Core Life, yeah, Core Life UV sterilizer. That's all it needs. No, it doesn't need anything fancy. I don't need that $400, $700, $800 UV sterilizer. It's an 18 watt. As long as it's got a UV bulb in there, it's gonna do the same thing. Everything around here is still nice and clean. I love it. You can see GHL controller up on top right there. It's reading about 7.97. It was at 8, but lights are starting to dim down and pH is starting to drop. So usually hovers around 7.9, gets to around 8.2, 8.3 in the day hours. But it's evening. You can see here it's dark. So lights are going down. And yeah, guys, everything's doing well. The sump, it's nice and clean, very roomy. I don't need a sump that was going to actually take up the entirety of the space. I like to have more room, not needed. Both tanks, even the tank over here, is doing fine. And fish are doing great, man. These guys are super healthy. I love this gold rim tank right here. It's been in my tank for quite a while already, and all these fish in here have been in here for quite a while. Black white striped damsel right there, been in my tank for like about 11 years, or in my home you could say for 11 years. Those guys right there too, the what is it, the clownfish, they've been in here just about almost as long as he has, about almost going to 12. So, you know, going from one tank to another. Actually, this is their third tank they're in. Yeah, but yeah, these guys are doing very well. Achilles is over there just swimming in his place. That twin spot wrasse right there, I think I'm gonna have to get rid of him. There's no really need for him. He's done his purpose, he's done his duty, and I'm thinking of rehoming him to someone that may want to have him as a pest removal option when it comes to having something natural removing pests, because they pick at everything. They scurry the sand bed around to just pick at everything. I got 2 in my bedroom. Those 2 are actually a little bit not so dirty like this one. This one's already kind of, I keep putting everything nice and clean on the sand bed, around the sand bed, and it just keeps flicking sand around because it's looking for those bristleworms and anything else it can actually eat. So that being said, guys, nutrient levels are good. You can see I don't have a nitrate reactor anymore. No need for that. Been dosing the no-pox, and that's been taking care of my issues when it comes to nitrate reduction, because without anything to control my nitrates, they actually do spike up to like around 20 to 30, and right now they're like around 2.5 to 3, and that's okay. I had them dropping down to 1.5 to 1, and I thought that was a little bit too low, almost going down to 0. So crows are doing fine. I'm really amazed with these golden torches right here. They were actually, the reason why they were moved into this place and not kept into the bedroom is because one of the wrasses in there were actually nipping at their tentacles. So their sweeper tentacles that were going around were getting so nipped at that they were like, at first I thought they were going to do a polyp bailout or something, but it wasn't that. They kept saying small, short, and they were just trying to extend, but there was a wrasse back there that I don't have anymore. It's a black and white wrasse. I do not have that in my bedroom tank anymore, but removed that, put these corals in here, and not only did they recover and heal, but they are loving the space that they're in. So I decided to just keep them in here. Don't have the green torch anymore, got rid of it because I actually wanted to make space for this guy right here. So the cherry bomb is something that I loved, and had one in my bedroom tank, but just all of a sudden bleached out for no good reason, and I decided to put one in here and try to give it a go. But yeah, I got a guy coming over to get these anemones, and I'm gonna be posting these anemones online for like 30 bucks. He's gonna get this guy for like 20 bucks, and yeah, man, it is what it is. It is what it is. But other than that, MP40s are rocking the wave when it comes to circulation in this system, and I am very happy and very pleased with what's going on in this tank. Have no orange filter on here. It is what it is when it comes to it filtering what's needed within this camera. I am using the iPhone 14 Pro Max, if I can say that. Phone works great when it comes to filming under these type of LED lighting. So guys, this is the Herm, just saying that patience and stability, that's all you need. It's been about almost, I don't know, 3 to 4 months, 4 months, 5 months in. I think about almost 6 months now. I haven't been keeping track at all when it comes to when I did the tank transfer last, but fish are happy, corals are happy, as you can see, having no issues whatsoever, and that's the key. And other than that, let me just show you down here, still dosing the sulfate, still dosing the mag, the Nopox. I'm also dosing boron. I'm also dosing Acro Power as an amino supplement. And what else am I dosing? I got the calcium reactor, so I'm also dosing the trace element. So everything that you see in my bedroom tank, in my office tank, and I minimized what I'm doing in the frag tank over there. And it's all the same. It's all the same. My regiments are the same. It's just the calculations when it comes to actually trying to do what's needed in each tank is a little bit different, you know. This will probably have 20 millimeters or something, and then the other one will probably have only 15 millimeters or something. It just depends on the consumption rate. I don't do ICP testing as much as I used to. I still have 3 boxes in my office. I haven't done one in the past 4 months. I kept it the same here. I actually do have to do one. I do have to do one because I want to make sure that I'm not overdosing or underdosing something. So it's time for me to do one on this tank, and I will be doing one just to see where I'm at. But then I'll probably do another one like 3 months later. I have no need to continuously do one each month. I was just doing one each month from 1 month to 2 months just to try to see where the consumption rate was, so I can just, you know, dose what's needed. And that's the reason why I'm dosing sulfate, boron, and a couple other things, is because of the fact that the consumption rates were much more than what was actually needed for others, you can say other supplements, because I was dosing manganese at one time. I was dosing some other things, but it's not needed because of the trace elements. But that's just me. Every system's different, and yeah. So why don't we just take a quick look at the frag tank before we end this video. Just wanted to show you guys a little something over there, and then we'll just quickly come back to this tank here. All right, guys. So here's the frag tank here. You can see a little bit of some algae issues with the frags here growing around. I got to trim some corals back, but obviously I have a little bit of overgrowth going on. Trim the office tank. I have branches here. I'm actually going to probably give these to Aquatic Collection. I've been posting things online, but you know, it is what it is. Some people come, some people don't. But got these corals that I just fragged out that are healing. So I'm gonna, once they're healed, and then I'll go ahead and sell them out. But I sell my frags. I don't care if it's high named frags or no named frags, from red planets to fox, Jason Fox frags, whatever and stuff. It's just you know, I sell them for like 20 bucks, 25 bucks. So I get people in here when I do sell them, and you can see right there, they're all encrusted. I just break them off and I just sell them to them and give it to them, and that's it. I got rock just sitting in there, and I don't even know when I'm ever going to use this rock, if I need to ever use it. Had one guy actually want to buy some rock, and I told him I may sell him some rock or whatever. It just depends. I have some of Arlene's old rock right here before we changed out a lot of her rock to my good live rock, but there is a lot of live rock in here that you can't really find or get anymore, like pieces like this, which is beautiful. Look at that, beautiful pieces. Or like this, beautiful rocks, real live rock, swarming with good bacteria. All right guys, so just remember, patience and stability creates wonders. Take your time, do it right, get that RO unit going. If you're mixing your own salt water, definitely want that RO unit going. And just remember and stuff, you don't have to do all this tinker dinking. You don't have to mess with your tank just because you see YouTubers out there trying to show you something new with their system. Let them do the experiments. Let them, you know, kill off their animals if they're trying to try something new and it doesn't work or whatever. Let them do trial and error. All right. The whole purpose of being in this hobby is trying to keep the animals alive. You know, if you want to experiment, you want to do things and stuff, try it out with 1 or 2 pieces of coral and stuff. You don't need to load up your tank with like 5 or 8 pieces or 10 or 15 pieces of coral every time. And next thing you know, you have one crash from another. I'm just saying this because I watch a few YouTube videos out there and stuff, and it's just sad when you just see so much death going on. All right, so just letting you guys know that when it comes to stability, the right ingredients are out there for you to be able to take and harness and do what you want with them. You're gonna hear a lot of YouTubers doing this and doing that. You're gonna see a lot of trial and error out there. You're gonna see some people showing you their mistakes constantly and this and that. Let them do that on their own. You don't have to literally take their advice or try to copy their methods, or let them do what they need to do in order to try to see what they can do to better science or better the reef hobby in some way. But it doesn't mean that you need to buy new lights. It doesn't mean that you need to go to some store and buy some water, especially if you're going to be mixing your own water. I really urge you to get an RO unit. RO water is the best way when it comes to mixing salt. It's the best way when it comes to putting water back into your system, when it comes to evaporation, you know, to keep the salinity stable and where it's at. RO water is always the best water, or RODI water, that's how you want to say it. But just remember, there's a lot of guys out there on the tube that's going to be doing trial and error. They're going to be giving advice. They're going to be saying this is the way to do it. They're going to be saying chase numbers. They're going to be saying all these other things. They're going to be saying you need this, you need that. It's all about UV. You know what? The experiments have been out there. The trial and error have been said and done. And honestly, you know, I got a calcium reactor. I used to listen to Rico when Rico's Aquarium, he was talking about calcium reactors. I used to just do 2-part, stick with 2-part. But then I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and try this calcium reactor. Calcium reactor works great. 2-part works great just as well and stuff like that. And I got 2-part running in my bedroom tank. So when it comes to listening to somebody or taking advice from somebody, do it slowly. If you have one system, try it on one system. Don't do it on both. And just remember, if you're going to try anything, do it slowly. Transition it slowly. When it comes to one piece of equipment to another, if you're going to start calcium reactor, see where it goes, and then you can start dosing trace elements if you need trace elements. But water testing is the key thing to actually creating a world of stability and a world of wonder when it comes to looking at something like this. Just remember that. Stability and patience. Nothing happens in a day or a week. It takes a little bit of time. I had to learn the hard way too when I was younger, and I saw things just not moving fast enough, and I was like, wait a minute, things don't need to move fast enough. Things just need to just be living. If it's slowly living and still growing and still doing, and then that's the way to go, at a snail's pace. But there's people out there like coral farmers that want to go faster than that. They want to go back to Kalkwasser and do a few other things and, you know, try to get their corals growing. That's fine. They're coral farmers. I'm not. I am just a straight regular hobbyist, just trying to do my thing and just trying to enjoy life and trying to enjoy, you know, the coral growth that's going on into my tanks, that are going on in my tanks. Yeah. And that's what it is. As a reef hobbyist, I just want to be able to just knowing that I can just keep these animals alive. That's an A+ in my book, you know. That's an A+. These corals are growing, they're branching, my fishes are healthy, you know, my water's stable, and just proper maintenance and just a little bit of dusting around with the equipment. Once in a while too, with these calcium reactors, one thing I can say, these lines here, they always tend to clog, okay? And what you want to do is once in a while, all I do is it's about almost like when I change out a pH probe now. And I did learn that the hard way too, because they do clog, is that you just want to just take the effluent line and just replace it. Because sometimes there's so much crud in there, probably detritus and some other things, that you can't even freaking blow it out. You can't even, you know, you can put your mouth on it and try to push all that stuff out. And it just won't do it. So what I learned is I just replace it. Boom, get a new one, put that in. You know, effluent line is dripping like the way it should be. So your drip rate's back to normal, and you don't really need to change anything or fiddle with anything, because once you do, you're going to create instability, because you're now going to start checking your water parameters to make sure everything's once again stable. Excuse me. So just saying that when it comes to equipment, when it comes to water, try to stick with what you got. If you need to change something because you need to, and then do it. Proper water changes, proper maintenance, that's all you need to do. Come on, man. I've been listening to like Reef Beef and a few other guys out there. Great YouTubers to listen to right there. Boom. You know, they just tell it to you like how it is. You know, I kind of wish Rico's Aquarium was back. I see CJ, I see New York Stilo. I'm starting to see all these other guys come back and stuff. It's kind of amazing that all these old cats and stuff on the tube are starting to make their way back. Starting to make some noise again. That's great. I love going to work, putting my pods on and listening to some YouTube chatter. You know, smart YouTube chatter though. I don't need to listen to stupidness. Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah. So once again, stability and patience and proper maintenance. All right, guys. So I'm gonna stop rambling, and this is the Herm saying peace. All right.